What is up, everybody? Spot of Nerd here. It is February 1st. So, new month, 32nd day going live doing this stuff. And we got a lot of nerdy streaming, television, movie type shit to talk about. Some of it is pretty good, some of it is a refresh. Others I'm gonna let other movies describe for you. You'll get that, whatever they're trying to accomplish there in just a moment. But I figured, yeah, let's not do a politics, although it is going to be probably political in some way or another. But we'll talk about it. There's some good shit. And I just may have come across what I like to call my holy grail of collections. And I shit you not, people. Although I haven't had a shit. No, I'm just kidding. This just might be the greatest purchase that I have ever made in my entire life. So yeah, we got lots to talk about, so I just want to jump right into it. Like I've always said a million times before, and I'll say a million times again in the future, some of the stuff I show you allegedly is an opinion of somebody else and is not affiliated with my own opinion. I'm simply addressing what we're discussing. It is not my opinion, nor respect-related, or whatever that word is, associated. Basically, I have to be careful sometimes, and some of the stuff I'd like to show you kind of is more for comedic entertainment, at the same time actually does a better job at describing things than I am. Specifically, we're gonna be talking about the latest episode of Star Trek Starfleet Academy, where they have officially gone places that no one has before. Pun intended, because I just realized that is genuinely the Star Trek quote of Star Trek. Isn't that what it is? Like to boldly go. They've definitely gone boldly somewhere, and it definitely is not anywhere other than the grave, because wow, they went there. And let's be very clear. This, if you ever watched Nerdrotic, Critical Drinker, all those other higher status influencer people out there, content creators, they definitely described it far better than I did, and I will, and I guarantee you, go watch their stuff like Friday Night Tights, because trust me, they obliterated. And you have to give these guys credit, specifically Nerdrotic, Drinker, blah 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 blah, because they're helping us so that we don't have to watch this bullshit. You don't have to watch this bullshit, so that they can give you a detailed description of just how fucking special that Star Trek Starfleet Academy is. And trust me, wow, so many words that I would love to tell you guys, but I'm going to let others do it for me. And I figured let's just start off with that, and then we'll get into a night of the seven kingdoms. A night of the seven kingdoms. When you have a very long title, it's hard to say. Say it 10 times fast. Do it. And then we'll talk about fucking Disney's making The Devil Wears Prada 2. Did anybody have any idea this was being made? And let me discuss, that's where we're going to get a little political, because there's a level of bullshit that I can't even describe just from the trailer. We're going to play all the trailers today. I can't even fathom, put two words together in relation to just how stupid this looks. And the fact that they made this is just another level of desperation from Disney that I didn't know existed. So that's going to be fun. And then we'll get to the last part of my holy grail. So right out of the gate, let's discuss Star Trek Starfleet Academy. And I want to show you guys, there was a really good article. I'm not going to read it, obviously, but I just want to kind of go over. The title pretty much says everything you need to know. So let me share this screen here. Hold on one second. Yeah, so newest Star Trek Academy episode takes one small step forward, then completely destroys Star Trek. Or then totally destroys Star Trek. Sorry, words. And it's a long article, but what it goes over is the latest fourth episode in this new Star Trek series. Now, to be clear, everybody knew from that trailer. I think I even played it on here. Everybody knew when this trailer came out that just this was the death. This was officially the death of Star Trek. You could have gone so many different directions in a positive way to really make something special. Like they tried to do, I think the best description I heard was they tried to make Star Trek the wizarding world of Harry Potter, but they also tried to mix in J.J. Abrams' Star Trek and blah, 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 blah. But of course, the majority of it being allegedly relating to the world of ideologies, woke agendas, LGBTQ, which is nothing wrong with that. Just go down that road. But it really is. And I had the very misfortune of recently watching this last episode, which is devoted to this main Klingon character. And if you are not a Trekkie, you're going to probably have no fucking idea what I'm talking about. But if you are a Trekkie, you're going to understand. Let me put it very simply. I think this is the best way I can describe the way they did this. And I want somebody else to do it for me. So without further ado, let me just share this screen and this clip from a very amazing film that created a lot of controversy back in the day. But I think it does a better job at describing things than I do. And I'm not saying, I want to be very clear, I'm not saying that this clip describes my opinion about Star Trek, Starfleet Academy, specifically this last episode, but I just think it describes other things too, not just Star Trek. I don't think it even has anything to do with it. You get my drift. I have just go with it.
About what? You're serious? You don't know. Everybody knows you never go full retard.
What do you mean?
Check it out. Dustin Hoffman, Rain Man, look retarded, act retarded, not retarded. Count two picks, cheated cards. Autistic, show, not retarded. You got Tom Hanks, Forrest Gump. Slow, yes, retarded, maybe, braces on his legs, but he charmed the pants off next to him and they won a ping pong competition? That ain't retarded. He was a goddamn war hero. Right. You know any retarded war heroes? You went full retard, man. Never go full retard. You don't buy that? Ask Sean Penn, 2001, I am Sam. Remember? Went full retard. Went home empty-handed.
By the way, if you have never seen Tropic Thunder, it is quite possibly one of the greatest films that has ever been made. And I am not shy to say that out loud because not only did Robert Downey Jr. genuinely win an Oscar for that? And I kid you not, I think he actually did for his portrayal of his certain character. But it crosses so many lines that you would never be able to make that film today. If anything, I hope they do, and I hope they go even farther in relation to some of the discussions and topics that they discussed, because it is absolute gold. And there is also a feature with Tom Cruise and a dance that he performs, which is astounding. But again, let's just say that I think that video does a better portrayal of other viewpoints, not mine, relating to Star Trek, Starfleet Academy, because again, to put it very simply, if you're not familiar with Trek, that's fine. The Klingons are a warrior race. Their entire species is designed to fight, to dominate, to go to war, to die in battle, blah, 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 blah. What Star Trek, Starfleet Academy decided to do, number one, is basically kill off 99% of them. This is, again, I think, 1,000 years in the future of Star Trek. So they've basically wiped out the entire species. And the ones that are left, they've completely neutered in a metaphoric standpoint. So for one, apparently the Klingons now can have certain feelings towards certain sexes, and that's today is okay with that. But in the Star Trek world would have never even taken place before. The other thing too, apparently, is they are polyamorous. So again, the fuck? And my favorite part is Kalish. If you're not familiar with Kalish, it is like their number one god of all time. They basically squat over their faces and took one of the greatest shits of all mankind all over their face. And this is all in one episode. This is by definition, what was it? Low Acolyte. Star Trek Low Acolyte? The Acolyte. It is low though. Let's be very clear. This is the Acolyte of Star Trek. And I swear to you, broken record, spot of nerd, this is going to be the death of Star Trek. How on God's green earth this ever got greenlit is so astounding. It will go in the history books as one of the just unbelievably holy shit, oh my God, how in God's green earth did this happen, broken record ever. This topples Marvel, Star Wars. Like, this topples so many different things in relation to, they spent tens of millions of dollars on this show and thought this would be a good idea. I'll give you another example. There's a new movie, a YouTuber influencer, look him up, I forget his name. He just brought out a film, Iron Lung, I believe is what it's called. He's basically put his own money into it, and it's already made something like $10 million. By the end of the weekend, supposedly it's going to make 17. He will have made 4 times what the budget was for his own movie. Hollywood right now is bleeding cash. And if you think about it, why, how, if, when? They're never learning the lessons of the past, and it's proving its point, obviously, right now. Tell me the last time a film actually made money. Tell me the last time a movie or a streaming show actually got praise for what it deserved, for the money that was put into it. Like I said, each and every single episode of Star Trek Starfleet Academy is around $10 to $12 million. Nobody's watching it. Streamers who are literally putting figures of Spock on a chair and letting it just live stream are getting more viewers than this show is. And it is valid because, my God, if you watch it, not only are you going to lose brain cells, you're going to see why Star Trek is officially dead. And it's honestly, it's not even sad anymore. It's just predictable because it's, number one, it's Paramount. But number two, if you look at the director, it makes perfect sense. Just look him up. So switching gears a little bit to more of a positive sense, I did want to kind of bring up a little bit, if you need a good laugh, Ted, we all know the teddy bear, Seth MacFarlane, came out a few years ago. There's a few movies. I really wish they'd have done a third. Mark Wahlberg. It would have been amazing if they trilogied that up, or whatever the fuck the word is. But Peacock actually did a 7-episode series about a year ago, and thankfully they actually renewed it for a season 2. The best part about this series, if you're not familiar with it, I encourage you to go check it out. If you can find a way to get it on, basically use your friend's account, go watch it on Peacock. It's just as good, if not better in some ways, than the movies themselves. And I want to show you, there's a trailer for the 2nd season. Where is it? Hold on one second. Let me pull it up here. Just to show you again, if you need a good laugh with all the crap that's going on right now, Ted will 1000% help you out with that. So here we go. Let me play this guy. Let me play this season 2 trailer for you, and you'll understand why.
Can't believe we're halfway through senior year.
Yeah, time flies when you're stoned 15 hours a day.
I'm gonna go to college, having never had a girlfriend.
Hey, what about Erin? She's single.
Never happened, though. She doesn't date dorks.
Hey, you never know. Maybe she's sick of guys with lots of confidence, chiseled jaws, and huge dicks.
I wish I was a little bit taller.
I don't think I've been this high before. Do I have human feet right now?
I wish I was a baller.
Oh, man, she's so hot. I wish we could call one of those numbers.
You want to?
I wish I was a little bit.
So what's your fantasy?
I touch your boob.
Oh, God!
Teddy, cut it out. You're hurting her.
Oh, shit, is it too much? I'm just trying to have fun.
Whoever made these calls, know this. Most masturbators are caught within the first 48 hours.
We're fucked. Get back here.
Run, Johnny! Oh, jeez.
You're an adult now. That means responsibility. Teddy, dry is done.
Jesus Christ!
Teddy, what happened?
Next time you start that thing, fucking knock first.
This sucks. The same loser I was the day I walked in here.
That's what growing up's all about. Making mistakes
Am I lesbian now?
I'm going to bed and letting your mother fix it.
No more mistakes for us. Hand me that bong.
I wish I had a brand new.
You and I are now adult members of society.
Absolutely not.
Wish I had a rabbit and
Have you ever played D&D before? I already fucking hate this.
You're a real pal, Johnny. You know that? Now, would you sit in Blair's car and be my lookout while I have dirty bear sex with Mrs. Robotchek?
Teddy, it would be my honor.
wish I was a little bit
Johnny!
taller. I wish I was a-
Johnny! Johnny, start the car!
What the fuck is that?
Big purple dick! Go, go, go! We gotta get the fuck out of here!
I wish I was a little bit taller. I wish I was a baller.
It's fucking incredible. If you haven't watched it, oh yeah, hold on, I gotta finish this.
Hey, can I have this?
It really is fucking incredible, and I highly, highly recommend you guys check it out if you haven't. It basically is based in the 90s when John is in high school. If you're not familiar, again, the movies were based with John. What is it? Mark Wahlberg is in his adult years. Ted no longer is basically famous, blah, blah, blah. And it's just the most vulgar teddy bear you've ever seen in your entire life. It is fucking incredible. Highly, highly recommended. But the TV show is just as good, if not better. The jokes are vulgar. They didn't sidestep. And I think that's one of the best parts about it is it obviously tells the story of John through high school, some of his stuff that he gets into, his family, blah, 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 blah. But it also gives you those memberries, as they would call it today. Because, hey, I grew up in the 90s. It was a better time. It was a better place. Toys, action figures, and goes down some of the modern tropes of the 90s, which, let's be honest, compared to today, my gun has more triggers than most things that happen in today's agendas. But season 2 just looks just as great. It starts next month in March, and I cannot wait to see what happens in that. But moving on to our next discussion, we're halfway there. Appreciate you guys if you made it this far. Let's go over. So Game of Thrones obviously has been doing 1,000 spinoffs, and apparently there's another 1,000 left that they're going to be creating in the future. But the most recent series, which has just brought out its 3rd episode, I'm going to try to watch that tonight, is A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms. Now, one more trailer, or at least one before the next, is, let me play this for you guys, so that way you kind of get an idea what it's all about, if you're not familiar with it. So, and then we'll talk about it, because I do want to give you guys a little bit of a brief. Should you or should you not watch this show?
I was squire to Sir Arlen of Pennytree since I was a boy. He charged me to be a good knight, to defend the weak and the innocent, and I swore that I would.
Are you Baelor Targaryen?
No.
Then would you move the fuck out of the way?
Sorry.
What's your name?
Sir Duncan the Tall.
Never heard of him.
Do you know every knight in the Seven Kingdoms, then?
The good ones. If you could bring me to Ashford, I could squire for you, sir.
Rob me, and I'll hunt you down with dogs.
You don't have dogs!
I'll get some.
Where?
Oh!
Boys, stop gaping. Sleep on my horse.
I'm not a stable boy, my lord.
Not clever enough.
I know I'm just a hedge knight, but sometimes I think there could be more.
Why do you treat these royal lapdogs like they're your betters?
They are my betters. These men have a name. I'm training. What chance do I have?
I have no chance.
Falling star brings luck to those who see it.
So the luck is ours alone? I need to fight honorably. But sometimes I think I buried my courage alongside the old man.
Within every man, there are many men. So be brave. Be just. Be tall.
What do you guys think? Let me know what you guys think in the comments. And obviously, the usual suspects. If you haven't already, I would love you so much. Subscribe, follow everywhere you can. Take pity out of me, because I don't mind if you take pity out of me, because the rest of the world thinks I'm a Nazi, a bigot, and a homophobe. It is what it is, right? The wonderful world we live in. So, A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms. I'm going to butcher that title, so just go with me on it. Takes place 100 years before the Game of Thrones series that we all know today. It obviously is it's a squeakle or whatever they call it, because House of the Dragon took place, I think it was like 300 years before or something. I get the timelines really mixed up, but ultimately it's before the Game of Thrones series. And I think it really is like only 50 to 100 years. I could be very wrong. I'm questioning my brain now, but I like it. I'm not going to lie to you. I actually quite enjoy it. Now, House of the Dragon, by all means, is a superior show. Game of Thrones, I actually did enjoy right up until that 8th season, where I think they took the biggest fat shit all over their own faces. But ultimately, this is a side story related to a random knight that has this kid, this bald kid, we'll call him Xavier, that is a stable boy. And it tells the story of him trying to get into this big tournament. Now, there's not a lot of, I think this reminds me of Lord of the Rings in the way, this show, just from the aesthetics, from the way they're kind of portraying it, set designs, costumes, things like that. And I know that's a little far-fetched, because let's be clear, Lord of the Rings is the greatest medieval magical type shit on the planet. Like, I'm not putting the Lord of the Rings anywhere to a similar level with Game of Thrones or anything like that. Simply just referencing the aesthetics of it. But it's a very basic, very low bar show. And I think that's kind of what Game of Thrones needed to do, if you ask me. You had Game of Thrones, people kind of rioted, metaphorically speaking, with that season 8. And then you had House of the Dragon, which was another hit. Not only was it another hit, but it was a really big show. It's a very world-esque type show. If you're not familiar with it, it's incredible. I really do encourage you to go watch. A lot of dragons, a lot of world domination. Who's going to take over the Iron Throne? Then you have this Knight of the Seven Kingdoms. And like I said, it's very toned down. It's very just, we're going to focus on this one guy. He obviously comes across this Xavier type kid, and there's going to be a story to tell about how he gets into a tournament to prove his knighthood. It's really good. It's very great storytelling. The guy that the main cast is, he's super tall. He's portrayed as this dumb idiot, but he is a knight, and he's trying to prove himself. They do go a little bit surreal at moments. So again, when you're trying to get all majestic from the cinematography, they'll show him taking a shit in the woods. And then, of course, his mentor has the greatest cock of the entire world. And I'm not afraid to say that. I am perfectly comfortable with my sex. The dude has a Johnson that is borderline a third leg. Episode 2, if you're not familiar, just watch the beginning of episode 2. Like, the reason I bring it out is because he brought it out, and my God, he is a fucking tripod. But I kind of like, this is going to sound weird, I like that in a way from a show, because they're not afraid to go there. I want to be very clear, not the biggest fan of penis. I love my own, just I prefer the others. I like the female kinds stuff, I like ladies, just heads up. Don't really know where I'm going with that, but I'm pretty sure you can pick up on it. It's just they're not afraid to go down that road, where whether he's taking a shit, he smells like shit, or there's a guy with a Johnson the size of Montana. It's just a fun, charismatic, low bar show that actually has its own story to tell. And I think it's really great, because when you're watching Game of Thrones, you're watching House of the Dragon, sometimes they go to these cities or these places where there's people also living. There's also other lords and houses, and it just kind of tells those stories. Sometimes you want to just know what's going on with Fred down the street. That's what this show is, and it's really good. So, A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms, highly recommended from yours truly, Spot of Nerd, if you get a chance to watch. So, last but not least, one piece of movie shit, and then we'll move on to the discovery of a lifetime, the Holy Grail. But Disney, in their majestic wisdom, decided to make The Devil Wears Prada 2? A sequel, what, 20 fucking years later? When did, okay, you know what? That's gonna actually bother me. Hold on. When did this shit come out? The Devil Wears Prada. 2000. It is 20 fucking years. Damn, I'm good. I fucking love that movie. I am not afraid to say, if Spot of Nerd, we do movie reviews, we do television reviews. I love the chick flicks, the rom-coms. The Devil Wears Prada was amazing. I thought it was just perfect the way it is. It starred the Entourage guy. It starred Anne Hathaway, aka Catwoman. The main cast, the devil whoever the chick is. I don't really approve of her real life opinions, but I thought she played out the character. It was great. And I think didn't it also involve Emily Blunt? Who was the cast? Hold on a second. I know, you know where you're just like, I know the name. Hold on, where's the cast? Yeah, Emily Blunt was, of course, the real life Jim's wife, The Office. But it was just a great fun movie. It had serious moments, told the love story, told the career. It didn't go necessarily too far in the girl boss aspects, which of course can, let's be very real, destroy everything. And I think leading into, I'll play the trailer here for you guys. That is exactly what they're doing with this sequel. And it's so unfortunate because, number one, everybody looks plastic. Let's be very clear. There's nobody in this movie that's real. But ultimately, if you remember at the end of the first film, she obviously chooses love and life of a man with a family, blah, 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 over the career boss babe. Turns out that's not the story. And you'll see why here in just a moment. Let me play this trailer. And I'm kind of mad. I'm not going to lie to you while I get this set up. I'm kind of mad that they went here because it really, I know this is just a trailer, but you can tell from this trailer that they are completely ruining everything from the first film. So let's play this.
Runway. It's not just a magazine. It's a global icon. A winding road that brings us back together again.
Hello?
Well, look what TJ Maxx dragged in.
Sorry. Who is this? Do you know her? Do I know her? I'm Andy Sachs. Andrea?
This alone is dumb as shit. Oh, you forgot the chick that basically saved your fucking life in terms of your career and everything like that. It's stupid, dumb shit like writing like this that really does, it shows a sign of desperation, whether it's a sequel, a prequel, blah, 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 blah. Because you're trying to be funny, but really what you're proving is just how fucking stupid you really are. So let's continue.
She was one of the Emilys.
One of the what?
P.S. Again, have you guys realized that this trailer has completely diminished and taken every sort of positive context from the first film and destroyed it? She clearly, Anne Hathaway's character, went back into this world, this corporate, runs your life, boss babe world. Where's the guy? Where's the boyfriend? Thought supposedly was going to be the husband. Where's the family? Like, Disney, have you seriously not learned anything from your billions in stock losses? Like, this is only furthering it to the point of just put this on a streaming site. Seriously, I cannot believe this is going to be in a theater. This is going to make what, maybe $10 back in its theatrical run. Just put it on Disney Plus so that some of us can watch it while we're vacuuming our house and move on with our lives. Because yeah, I'm going to watch it. I will not even going to shy away from that. But you've completely diminished what made the first one special. And it kind of really, as you can tell, pisses me the fuck off. So
Am I having a hallucination?
Hi, Emily.
You also know her? We were at Runway at the same time, Miranda.
Really? Where was I?
You guys don't know each other.
Where would you like to start?
I am the new features editor at Runway.
No, you are not.
Yeah, we are all so thrilled.
You know what's funny is you've changed. You have. You're much more confident. Kept those eyebrows though, didn't you?
Like, what the fuck is that? I know, again, I'm getting real passionate about this, but what the actual fuck is that? Number one, I cannot believe they actually were so desperate. 20 years, 2 decades later, they decided to make a sequel to that. But it's just, you've completely fucked. You've taken the first film without even any lube and you've bent it over and put your dick in it. And I'm not afraid to share that because that is exactly what this looks like. I hope it fails. I hope it goes immediately to the streaming services on Disney Plus, and I hope they never make the mistake again, even though that's complete and absolute hogwash, because we absolutely know Disney will continue to shoot itself in the foot, and I guarantee you it will. Here's my theory. It is February 1st, 2026. I can promise you they're going to make a Cool Running sequel or some sort of prequel, and it's going to be about a female bobsled team. Mark my words right here and now. Guaranteed in the next 5 years, they're going to do that. They're also going to reboot the Goonies. They're going to make that some sort of ideology, woke bullshit, blah, 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 blah. I don't understand, and I'm being serious. I'm not trying to be rhetorical here. I don't understand how Disney continues to make mistake after mistake, losing hundreds, if not billions of dollars to bring crap out, because apparently when you make a sequel, that's you think that's what's going to get people to the theaters. You really think people are going to spend $25, $30 fucking dollars for a movie ticket to watch that shit? Go fuck yourself. Excuse my French. So just had to say that, get it out of my chest, get it off my chest. Let me know, what do you guys think? Devil Wears Prada 2. What the actual fuck? Am I alone in this? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to know. But last but not least, we have one more positive, which I am truly ecstatic, and I cannot share my enthusiasm and excitement. I know this is really not much of excitement, but yours truly, Spot of Nerd, has been... Sorry. You get really dry when you talk a lot. So, yours truly has spent the last decade plus looking for the Holy Grail. And if you look at the title, I should have brought it out. If you look at the title page for this episode, which will probably come out after I make this live stream, I love and adore Tron Legacy. I think it is one of the most, I've told you guys this if you haven't seen my review, Tron Legacy is one of the, if not the most underrated Disney films of all time. It proved back in, God, when did it come out? Decades ago. Tron Legacy proved you could jump ahead in relation to technology, in relation to filmmaking, storytelling, blah, 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 blah. It took what the first film did. It revolutionized filmmaking and the fact that you could literally create a film inside of a computer, inside of technology, if you want to metaphorically relate it to that. So, as a collector, as somebody who collects beautiful, amazing things, including a popcorn bucket from the newest Tron Ares film, even though that movie was just absolute ass, we obviously called it Tron ass. The Holy Grail for yours truly has been Tron Legacy, Sam Flynn, Light Cycle. Not only just that, but getting it specifically from the company called Hot Toys. If you're not familiar with Hot Toys makes some of the most beautiful statue-esque type shit, regardless of the franchise, and they can get a little hefty, let's be quite honest. The pricing can get a little hefty, but to this day, Hot Toys, back in 2010, made a Sam Flynn, Sam Flynn on his Light Cycle Tron Legacy action figure. It's a 1/6 scale. It has LED lights, so it lights up, blah, 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 blah. And to this day, 10 plus years later, I have been searching literally the globe to find one of these things. And lo and behold, folks, let me show you this. I'm going to share this screen. Lo and behold, yours truly was able to find one through eBay. I know that's kind of sketchy, and I'll explain here in just a moment. I was actually able to find an unopened, in the original brown box, Hot Toys 1/6 Tron Legacy Light Cycle, Sam Flynn. You'll notice the sold style because that means yours truly bought that shit. I want to be very clear. You'll see the price tag there. You notice it was scratched off and it says best offer accepted. You can bet your sweet asshole that I will not pay $2,000 for an action figure. That is fucking insane, even from my account. Maybe if I had the money, I would spend it, but let's be very clear. I obviously have money right now. I'm not going to spend $2,000 on an action figure, even if it is the holy grail of my collection. So I'm not going to share that yet. I'm going to wait for it actually to come in the mail, make sure it's legit, blah, 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 blah. Then I'll tell you guys how much I spent on this. But I saw it today. It was one of those things, like I said, I have been searching for this thing. And just to show you, so this is a picture of it right here. I will likely do some form of an unboxing, I guess, as they call it. But you can see here, like I said, let me just pop this picture. It is astounding. It is majestic. It is beautiful. Those tires, they actually light up. There's LEDs in those. His suit has LEDs. Very similar to... I've actually probably showed you guys this, but they did a collection years ago. And again, these toys came out in like, what, 2010, something like that. They actually have faces. So not only did they make the most amazing movie, they made the most amazing toys. It was just incredible. Yours truly, Broken Record, Spot of Nerd, has been able to finally grasp the holy grail of his collection. And I mean, look at this thing. Hold on, let me just make sure. Look at this. This box is pristine. And again, I know some of you might be thinking to yourself, you bought this shit on eBay. So to be clear, if you're not familiar, there is a lot of fake ass shit on eBay. I actually do a lot of shopping on there. Sometimes you actually can find a lot of what you're looking for. Maybe you are a collector who was looking for that 1993 Ninja Turtles Michelangelo. Somebody had it, somebody overpriced it, but damn it, you needed to have it. This is no different. Whenever there was a Tron light cycle with Sam Flynn from Hot Toys, the majority of these things are bogus. They are fake. They're from China. There's no pictures, or at least they have the same picture. You can definitely tell if it's AI generated. This guy is, as you see in the location, Orlando, Florida. So again, being a religious man, God said, here you go. Not only is it from the United States, but it is from Orlando, Florida. Here is a gift. It took you years. I know you've been having quite a, we'll just say, an interesting life right now, but here is your holy grail. I hope you enjoy. Thank you so much. And I did. So I'm assuming it's going to be coming in the next week or so. I pray to God that this seller, he's got 100% feedback with nearly 400 feedback submissions. So I'm assuming he's a good dude. We obviously have been in communication to make sure that it gets packaged up well. But I'll let you guys know when it comes in the mail. I really will. And we'll kind of go over, I'll open it up and we'll take a look. I don't know if I'm going to officially open it. I'm going to open the box, like the brown outside box. I'm going to open that. That's a no-brainer. I need to have that at least in a display box of glass somehow. I don't know if I'm going to open the toy though. I mean, this is a 2012 figure when it first came out. So I don't know if I'm ultimately going to break it open, set it up, because let's be honest, there are mechanics in there. There's lights in there. 15 years later, it's probably not in the best condition, or at least they've never been used. AKA, I don't really want to destroy it because it's going to be a high value item, definitely in the future. If I ever decided to sell it, or if I ever die and whoever gets it, which I'm going to give to somebody, hopefully somebody worthy of it one day. But you guys, if you're a collector, you know what I'm talking about. This is my number one holy grail item that I finally was able to get, and I could not be more excited. This is like, I feel like Indiana Jones in Temple of Doom. No, not Temple of Doom. Last Crusade. I found the holy grail, and it's going to be fucking epic, and I can't wait to show you guys. I will do an unboxing. Again, Broken Record, Spot of Nerd is what we do here. So that is it, y'all. This is a longer one than I thought it was going to be, but I thought we got a lot of shit to talk about, and I figured, what the hell? If you made it this far, you are an amazing human being, and I thank you genuinely from the bottom of my heart. If you haven't, go listen to it. Trust me, when you're driving to your work, hey, go listen to this in your car. Put it on 2x speed so you can get through the bullshit. But seriously, I really do appreciate for those that are watching, for listening, if you made it this far especially. And if you haven't, or you enjoyed it, or you hate it, you know what? To each his or her own. I still love you no matter what. With all that said, folks, I'm going to get rolling here. Thank you, guys. We will see you February 2nd. I'm going to have to remember the dates. It was easier in January to remember the time and the days, but now it's going to get interesting. Anyway, I'm going to shut the fuck up. Later, y'all.